Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Ashton. I'm the founder of Active Solutions AI, where we build what I believe is the most sophisticated conversational AI on the market. This video is for anybody who wants to start a business and maybe doesn't know exactly what they want to do. This is a very easy business to start. It's a very easy way to make an additional, few $100s a month, $1,000 a month. Really depends on how much time you're going to put into it. But basically, the idea of the business is it's going to be a conversational AI agency, but only niche specific with web chat widgets. So, for example, let's say you have a dentist or a chiropractor who has a website and they have a little web chat bubble on their site, right? So when people visit their site, the web chat bubble, but I cannot, what just happened? The web chat bubble is actually going to be fully conversational and ask questions instead of just giving options. It can steer people in the right direction on the site, tell them to go to certain areas or pages or whatever it might be, or actually get them to book a consultation right there in the web chat bubble, which is going to increase conversions. Now, I'm going to be going over what you should price this at. I'm going to be going over how to prompt the AI, what you need to start. And actually, you don't need a lot to start. This is not going to cost a lot of money to start. You can start making money before you have to spend any, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you are going to need is a GoHighLevel account. And if you're not familiar with GoHighLevel, you don't know what it is. You don't need to leverage the entire platform for this specifically. So it's actually going to be a lot easier than you might think. GoHighLevel is a CRM, client relationship management tool, where you can house, so like for example, if you look on the left side over here, you'll see the conversations tab. You can create calendars and calendar links. You can house contacts. You can create opportunities. You can create automations, etc. Now, it takes a little bit of time to really get accustomed to the full scope of this, but you don't need to know the full scope of this anyway to start with web chats to begin with. And if you look in the description, there's also a 30-day free trial for GoHighLevel. Now, I think they normally offer like a 7-day or 14-day free trial, but they've given me a link for 30 days so that you guys will have more time to try to get your first client, and they can be the one paying for the actual GoHighLevel subscription, which I believe the lowest tier, all you need is $97 a month, I believe. And then as you continue to stack up more and more clients and create more and more sub accounts, you're going to need to upgrade to a few different plans. But just to start off, you don't need a lot. 30-day free trial. Let's go ahead and jump into this. All right. So first thing you are going to do, let's pretend that we created a sub account. So a sub account is like an account for your client. So let's say you sign up a client, and let's just pretend they're like a chiropractor client, and you created the sub account, and boom, this is their account. So that means, and just an example, so if you look here and I scroll down here, these are like all of the clients, right, that you can house in here. And I have different full accounts for each client. So each client has their own dashboard with their own contacts, with their own calendars, their own conversations, etc., their own automations, all of that. So each one is specific to the client. So you could create a sub account, right? And it's very quick. Just to give you a quick example, I'm not going to do a full scope, no high level tutorial here, but if you wanted to create a sub account, you just create a sub account, and then it would ask you to type in the company information, the location, etc., and then it would pretty much be created. It's actually really easy. It's very quick. But let's go ahead and go back to here, and let's start building. Step number one, you're going to go into the sub account of the client that you just created. Let's just pretend we just signed up a client. You're going to go to settings. You're going to go to conversational AI. You're going to unselect Facebook and Instagram. You're going to leave on live chat. Live chat is the only one that you're going to use because we're installing this on people's websites. Okay. So going down, let's name the company whatever you would. Let's say Chiropractic Solutions LLC or whatever. 5 seconds is a good response time for bots. Maximum number of messages. Let's go ahead and go like 15. And then you can just leave this at default. All right. We're going to go ahead and save that. Now you're going to come over to configure intents. This is where you're actually going to be prompting the AI. We're going to turn this off. Okay, so this is going to be turned off, the appointment booking. I know this is going to be kind of confusing. This is just how I program it specifically. So it's still going to be an appointment booking AI, but we're going to program it in the support and general question and answer section. So disable this, make sure this is turned off, and we're going to go in here and prompt this. Now, right now it says you are a bot for business name, your primary goal. Perfect. All right, now we are also going to say, so you're going to erase this, you're going to put your primary goal is to book appointments after asking a series of qualifying questions. All right. And we're going to scroll down. And now you're going to look at all of the talking tracks here, or like conversational guidelines. A lot of this is stuff you're just going to leave. It's already going to be templated in here for you, which is amazing. You're going to put this section in right here. This is an additional section that won't already be here. So your main priority is to ask the qualifying questions and get them to book an appointment. The qualifying questions are: how long have you had your business? When would you like an AI appointment setter? Okay. Now you're going to make these questions specific to your industry. So if your client that you just signed up, for example, is a chiropractor, would be, have you ever worked with a chiropractor before? And do you have any specific areas where you're feeling your pain? Something like that, right? So make it niche specific. Don't just copy these questions here. And then you're going to add, do not try to book the appointment until the questions are answered. Only ask one question per message. The appointment link is xyz.com. And then you're going to put dash, always send this link when getting them to book. So everything I'm going over right now is actually very, very important. And then we're going to put use a millennial conversation style. Don't be too formal. This is not human-like. And then use phrases like we're just going to give them some examples that make it seem more human. All right. Totally get that. All right, perfect. So these are just examples of things that come off as more human. And this is just giving AI an idea of how we want the personality, how we want it to actually behave. And then we're going to go ahead and save this. And you can have a lot of fun with the prompting. So the more you test and change the prompting, and you test and refine, the better the AI will actually get. That's where the majority of your skill set is actually going to be created, is when you're testing and you're refining and you're creating these templates of what you realize, oh, this works really well for a chiropractor. We can also use it for a dentist, or we can also use it for whoever. This is going to be very useful for people who drive a lot of traffic to their website, and it will actually increase conversion rates. And it's going to be very easy to justify your price point as well, which we will get into in a second. So now, once you have this created, you can go to bot training here, and I would put their actual website domain. So for example, let's say I would put my website domain. I'm going to create this right here. So you'll just type in the website. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to paste this URL here. And now what this is going to do, this is called website crawling. So we're uploading the domain to the conversational AI so it can reference information on the website with price points, availability, hours of operation, etc. The services that they offer. It can actually reference the full website when people ask questions. So it's going to have the FAQ built in to the AI from the web crawler. And then if there's any additional FAQs that you want to add, you can actually add that into the prompting as well. Okay, perfect. So this is here. We're going to go to bot trial. We're going to test this bad boy out. You're going to make sure it's on general question, right? You're going to say, hey, do you guys book appointments? Absolutely. We streamline booking appointments using advanced AI. Ready to fill your calendar? Let's start with a couple of questions to tailor experience. How long have you had your business? 1 year. Now, one of the things right off the bat that I noticed, and it's actually good that it did this first, is that it's very AI, like it doesn't seem human. Got it. When would you like to an AI appointment setter? And we'll put ASAP. Awesome. Let's get you booked in. Cool. So the objective work, it asks both of the questions. It followed the directions. It just seems a little not so human-like, and it's using too many exclamation marks, which also makes it not human-like. Humans aren't that excited all the time. So we are going to fix this. So we're going to add this to the prompting. I'm going to go in here and say, do not seem overly excited. And don't use exclamation marks. And then we're going to say, don't say things like ready to book. This is not human-like. All right. These are just examples. I'm really just flying through this, but this is exactly what I mean by testing and refining. So now we're going to go back in here. We're going to reset the conversation, and we're going to say, hey, how much? Oh, this was a good one. Perfect. Okay, cool. Redirected and navigated the conversation very well. 2 years. Got it. When would you like? Ah, perfect. Maybe next week. Not sure. Makes sense. All right, and then the last thing. Okay, this is almost perfect. The anything else on your mind I don't like, so I would go back in and I would prompt it to not say things like that specifically. And whenever the conversation is approaching an end, just to send a thumbs up emoji or say no problem if they say thank you or something to end the conversation. So this was almost perfect. The anything else on your mind is not human like, but 100% okay. So we're pretty much finished here, right? So we can actually this is 100% configured and we're ready to go. So what I would do next is we're going to go back. We're going to go to marketing. Actually, we're going to go to sites. And you're going to go to chat widget. And now we're going to customize a chat widget. So you're going to come in here and we're going to edit this. This is exactly what it's going to look like if you look in the top right or the bottom right corner of the screen. So this is an example, but we can customize this. So we want to change the color. That's 100% fine. So let's say we're going to use a purple one instead. And then we're going to change the icon up. I actually like this icon, so I'm going to keep it exactly like that. Let's see, widget customization. So we're going to open this up. You can change this photo, so we can replace this photo with something else, maybe the logo of the company or whatever it might be. The widget I would keep in the bottom right corner. And then I think that is perfect. This is going to be the little bubble that pops up. So, hey there, have a question? Text us here. So you could say, question. We're live 24/7. Let us know. Beautiful. Awesome. Now we're going to go to chat window. Okay, so first thing we are going to have a question. So the chat window title is this up here. I would say chat with, and then the name of the AI assistant. So let's just say chat with Emily, something like this. And then intro message, how can we help? I think that's fine. We're going to go down, button text, send. That's great. Redirect call to action. Okay, perfect. Leave this off. And we're going to say, give us this, because this is going to happen pretty quickly because we don't actually have to wait for a person. So we're going to say, give us 1 second to assign you to the best person to help out. 5-minute delay is, well, the 5 minutes is basically if it times out for the user. So if the user has to wait for 5 minutes, but if we have conversational AI turned on, that's not going to be a problem. All right, perfect. Timeout, user activity. Great. And then I would put a link here. So please leave your contact details. I would say, please schedule here. So this is if it times out for whatever reason. Please schedule here. And we will talk soon. And then just put xyz.com or whatever their booking link is. That's perfect. Business office hours. Don't worry about it. We want this to run in the background. Additional options, nothing. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to save this. Okay. So everything is pretty much set up. And then whatever your brand is, you can actually put your branding. So ours is powered by Active Solutions because that's my company. So whatever your branding is, you can have on the site. And then we're going to go to get code up in the top right corner because we have finished it now. Let's see. All this stuff is pretty default, so we can just leave it as is. So you're going to go to get code. This right here is an HTML code. Do not let this scare you if you've never seen one of these before. Okay. So you're going to copy this, and now we're going to go to a website, right? So let's just say, for example, they have a WordPress website. For example, I don't know if this is going to be showing my other screen or not. And one thing I will say as well, if you're really pressed on not knowing where to integrate this or not knowing where to implement it, it's very, very easy to pull up a YouTube video and find out how to install this on a Wix website, a WordPress website, or whatever it might be. But let's just go ahead. I'm going to use this same tab. We're going to go to our WordPress. All right, perfect. So next thing you're going to do when you go in here, and every website builder has its similarities. So don't let this be like the end all be all. It's actually very easy to figure this stuff out, it doesn't matter where they're hosting their website. So in this case, WordPress actually makes it very easy. So you can go to widgets and you're going to click on widgets, and it gives you footer options. So any other website builder, let's say, it doesn't matter what it is, they all have similar functions, but there's going to be a footer section. Now, this is going to be like a global section of the website, and a global section just means it's the same, right? So like if you're navigating a website, for example, like mine, so if I were to come up to Active Solutions AI and I'm navigating this website, and hopefully you can see what I'm sharing right now, this is a global section up here where you see Active Solutions AI, About Us, Our Services, Success Stories, because regardless of where I go on my website, this is still here and it's the same, right? I can go anywhere and this is always going to be at the top. So you want this over here, for example, to be in the footer section of the website. So you're going to find a footer, and it gives you an option, right, to have a custom HTML. And you're going to paste that code that we got in the custom HTML. And then we're going to save, and we're going to have a global bubble on the website, right? So you're going to paste it here in this little area, and it's going to look here. Let me just find an extra one. Or let's just create widget area. I'm not actually going to keep it, but one second. Right here, I'm actually just going to scroll down so you can see it, and then I'll delete it. So if I scroll down and I paste it, it's going to paste right here, right? So this is the little widget, and then you're going to save this. Now, I'm not going to save it because I don't actually want it here, but if you do, what you're going to see is it will pop up right here on every single page. Now, for us, this is our customer support bubble, but to give you an example, if I go to this page or the home page, I have a little bubble that pops up here, right? So this is exactly how you're going to install it on other people's websites. Now, all you have to do is prompt it, test it, copy that code, upload it to the website, and you've done your job. Now, let's get into exactly how I would price this, so that you could, especially so that you get the ball rolling and start getting some money coming in as well. Here is what I would do with pricing this once you've kind of gotten the account, you've practiced a little bit, etc. And actually, that's a really good place to start, is practice on somebody else's business. If you know anybody that has a business, look at their website. And if they don't have a website chat widget, then give them a crazy discount and build this out for them first, just so you can get some practice and an experience embedding this onto a website. So if you're just starting out and you're new to this, right, you don't have a lot of experience and you're just going to be getting your first 5 clients, I would charge $200 a month for this. Okay. And I would definitely target people who have a relatively nice website or active website, and they seem like the brick and mortars that, that get a lot of Google traffic, would be an easy grab. So for example, if you Google chiropractor near me, and the first 5 people that come up on Google probably get a lot of website traffic, would be a perfect way to go after them. Now, If you have a little bit more experience, your speed delivery is a little bit better, and you've kind of gotten your feet wet in this a little bit, you can consult a little bit. I would say $300 to $400 a month. Again, this is going to be relatively passive. There's not, once you set it up into somebody's website, there's not a lot of upkeep to do from that point, because they're not going to be checking and monitoring the conversations. We just want to increase the probability of somebody visiting their website and actually converting and booking an appointment, which this is going to do just that. Then you have the, if you've been doing this for a little bit and now you've breached into new channels and you're not just doing website chat widgets, maybe you're doing Facebook and Instagram DMs as well, or text message, whatever it might be, that's when you can start charging $500 to $1,000 per month. And that's a little bit more hands-on. So there's going to be a lot more refining to that. But if you're just starting with web chat widgets, it's very easy to scale that, and it's relatively passive, especially beyond the initial setup. And it's one of those price points, the $200 a month range is one of those price points that's easy to justify, and people really just kind of forget that it's recurringly coming out of their bank account. So hopefully this was helpful to anybody that's watching this. Again, this is meant for somebody who's just looking for something to start. Maybe he's been, YouTubing some resources on what businesses to start, etc. In my opinion, this is one of the easiest businesses to start, and it's a really good entryway into building a larger business later on. But it's the barrier to entry is very, very low here. And I think it's going to be very easy to get your first few clients, and you can always expand this and leverage the GoHighLevel platform even more. So again, look in the description, and there's going to be there's a 30-day free trial link. If you don't have a GoHighLevel and you want to start, click that link. You'll have 30 days to learn the platform, to build your first couple AIs, to find a business owner that you want to practice on, and then actually start charging real money for this. So this is a really good way to make an additional $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month. And if you want to continue building it and expanding this into a larger business, I mean, Active Solutions is now a 7-figure agency, so it's a very scalable business model. So have fun. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I also have a Skool community where we have free courses all over the place, and it's a really cool community that we've built of business owners. So again, any questions, drop in the comments, and then I'll see you in the next one.